Top 5, top worst. Which one is worse and better? I don't know. Probably worst. Orange Islands.
Orange Islands. Alright, welcome back everybody to the PokéBears show. We're going to talk about our favorite and least favorite episodes
I am
of this
Nick.
past season.
Oh, I'm Nick.
And I'm Forrest.
I like to introduce ourselves in case we get first timers.
That's a good idea.
They're like, oh, hey, which episode should I watch for Orange Islands? And this is the episode that they'll know to watch.
Now, for the first season of the show, and maybe for future seasons, I don't know. It depends on how varied they are. We did a top 10 best and top 10 worst for each of us.
Yeah.
But with this season
There's
nothing that stands out enough for either category, really. So we're doing a top 5 consensus.
And even straight up quantity-wise, there's only 30 something episodes.
Yeah, exactly. So we would be talking about almost all the episodes between us if we did each a list of 10. And really, we'd just be talking about the same group of episodes for the same reasons. So I think it just makes sense. Yeah, just do top 5 and bottom 5, and maybe any honorable mentions that we want to mention along the way.
Well, bottom certainly has some honorable mentions.
God, bottom. Do you want to get the bottom out of the way and so we end on a high note with the top 5?
I mean, the high notes are not even that high.
A higher note?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do worst.
Let's do worst? Okay. So, the number 5 worst episode of the Orange Islands is...
But not by far.
Not by far.
The Joy of Pokemon.
So when I put all of our
ratings in an Excel sheet.
Yeah, ratings in an Excel sheet, and gave our average rating, and we had to work hard to think of the last 2 slots for this list because so many of them fell into the exact same rating and same category of forgettable and stupid, but not pointless, but not aggressively in your face bad.
Just, I don't want to watch this episode category.
Yes, exactly.
Again.
Exactly. And the Joy of Pokemon, it captures that feeling completely. Because they're just like, oh, we'll follow around this Nurse Joy because
the character of the day.
Character of the day. That's what we gotta do. The writer said we gotta do it, so let's do it.
To be fair for this episode, this is I think the first one where they try to give Tracy a personality. They said, oh, maybe Tracy could be into women slightly.
Yeah, but then that doesn't really go anywhere.
Doesn't, because
no.
Tracy's terrible.
He's a terrible character.
And then once again, Seal steals the spotlight.
Yeah. Because
that's just the Pokemon Seal is, apparently.
All of a sudden, she's like, we gotta get to this poor Seal. I'm like, we've never seen them. We don't even see what happens to them at the end, if you remember. She never... As far as I remember...
No, she gave them a potion.
Did she?
She sprayed a potion on them, I think.
I don't remember that. It's kind of sad that the main driving force behind this episode doesn't come until the last 4 minutes. And I can't even remember how it turns out. If she even sees the damn things. That there's a bunch of sick Seal that we don't...
I know she sees them. I know because they're on the island and they're interacting with them. She heals them. Forrest fact it if I'm wrong, but I'm almost positive that she does. This episode would have been good if it was just Nurse Joy.
Yeah, if this was only Nurse Joy, it would have been great. It would have been fine.
It would have been a Pokemon Anthology episode. Great.
Yeah, it'd been fine.
But Ash and Crew get in the way of her. She has to rescue them.
Yeah, she does. That's the weird thing about it is the writers don't make the Ash and Crew do anything to help, really. They're just in the way. There's nothing that they bring to the table for Nurse Joy to use.
In the montage they do, the one scene that they saved her time with was Bulbasaur used its vines to help Officer fuck Joy, whatever. Bulbasaur didn't fuck Joy, but he helped Joy get to the top of a tree to help a Mankey. That's the only thing. And it was in a montage.
A still frame montage.
Still frame montage. And Why doesn't the giant Magikarp grow into a giant Gyarados? That would have been so cool.
Missed opportunity, man.
Like a 40-foot long, like no, more than that. It would have been like 100-foot long Gyarados.
Yeah. So stupid.
Missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
A legendary Gyarados.
Waste of animation. It felt just lazy too.
The animation was also just bad.
It was.
Like when they were underwater, for example, they had a lot of thought speak.
Yeah.
And we never saw what happened to that Dugong.
No.
For all we know, the Dugong's dead.
Ash, yeah. One that grabs Ash and just runs away with him. And it's
once again, Ash drowns.
Yeah.
Almost.
Number 4.
Okay, great.
Number 4 is In the Pink. Same thing as Joy of Pokemon. Nothing
happens.
Like, who cares? Like, this one is even more of a who the fuck cares for me, because it's just like, in the last one, you could argue it's a Nurse Joy paddling around from island to island. Like, you could make that episode work if it was just Nurse Joy, because that could be interesting. This is the Pokemon turned pink.
Because of a berry.
Whoop-de-fuck, who cares?
It does nothing for the male Nidorans anyway.
No, exactly. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't do anything.
Oh.
There's no plot.
You know what I just realized the connection between number 5 and number 4 is? They're both the episodes where Tracy has like either very, very specific knowledge of the metric system or is very, very, very wrong about the metric system.
In both cases, he's wrong.
Well, with the Joy muscle span, that could be very specific.
That was, but then he said something about the Magikarp, I think. Which is also weird.
No, the Magikarp was 3 meters long.
It's pretty interesting that he can look at him and tell immediately how long it is.
Meanwhile, a Rhyhorn, which is clearly not a snake, is 24 meters wide, but long.
No, it was 8 meters long by 1 meter tall.
That's it.
Like, nothing has those dimensions.
The Onyx, maybe.
Like, Onyx is the only thing that might have those dimensions. No other... I can't even think of an object that would have those dimensions.
Oh, I know. You know those little child tunnels they set up in, like, gym obstacle courses? Yeah. That.
Oh, there you go. Those are about 3 feet by 24 feet? Yeah,
those
sure.
tube things.
So stupid. Yeah, I can't even tell you specific things about this episode other than at one point they get chased by a Nidoking.
Yeah, Nidoking.
And they help rescue a Rhyhorn,
Team Rocket is in their best costumes.
Yeah, that was it. That was another thing because of they dressed up like Tauros and something.
Tauros and Gengar.
Yeah, because they were pink or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. That was all. This episode's so forgettable and stupid, and it's like they're pink. Who gives a shit?
I mean, some Pokemon would be great if they were pink in their shiny form, but that's not the case.
There's too many pink shiny Pokemon.
Yeah.
Number 3?
Yeah, number 3. That's literally all we had to say about number 4.
Yeah, that's so stupid. It's nothing. Number 3 is...
I got a cat on me, so I can't read it.
Pokeball Peril.
Pokeball Peril.
Number 3 is Pokeball Peril.
Oh, fuck. Okay, which one's Pokeball Peril?
Oh my god, you
Professor
forgot
Ivy!
already.
Professor Ivy with the GS ball.
I just told you which one this one was. That's the trap with the Orange Island episodes. You don't remember them. So yeah, this is the one where they drop off the GS ball and...
Any episode that features triplets is a bad episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I hated those assistants.
It was so annoying. Yeah.
The only good thing was this ship needs a captain.
Yes, Brock.
That was the only good thing.
At the very end, he was, this ship needs a captain.
No. There was more after that because they faced Team Rocket in another blimp.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. How did I forget that?
Because it happened exactly the same in another episode on this list.
3 guesses as to what number that one made. God damn, yeah. I can't believe I forgot about that shit. Number 2? Like, do you have anything else for that episode? It was dumb and forgettable. Like,
No, I let me talk about this episode some more. It was the harbinger for Tracy to come in.
Yeah.
Because with the lack of Brock, they need to bring in a third person.
That's true.
They need to bring in a tall person, Tracy. Without the light to keep the darkness at bay, darkness comes in the most boring form possible.
I know that there was stuff about this episode that made me like grind my teeth and.
Professor Ivy was irresponsible when she protected Eradicate from from a Vileplume or something.
Yeah. It was something like that. Oh, and then like she's in the hospital, and Misty and Ash get here, and they're just like, why do we have to come over here? Yeah, who cares?
This is the same way I got my Charmander. Like, is she gonna join my team for no reason now? Great.
Jesus Christ.
And there was another thing. Oh, you had gripes with this. Meanwhile, I just appreciated it because I'm terrible. Professor Ivy's ass. Not her ass, her cleavage.
Oh.
Was gratuitously featured.
See, I kind of forgot about that a little bit because the episode with Lorelei was so...
Kind of overshadowed that?
Kind of overshadowed that a bit.
It did.
Can't imagine why I would think that, but yes.
Super cleavage.
Again, I can't complain about things because then episodes later I'm like, oh, you had a problem with that? Here
you go.
Forget about that, man.
So yeah, Professor Ivy's the hottest professor, I guess.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
She also had the worst voice, and she is hot, but like she also looks like she's about to fall asleep.
I mean, she sounds hotter than Jenny, man. This is a discussion we're always going to argue over.
I know, and I think you're wrong. It's okay.
And I think you're wrong about Jenny.
Number two.
Number two.
Number two is A Way Off, Day Off. The 100th episode of the season.
This is the first episode that featured how terrible Tracy's Scyther was.
Yep.
It does one sword stance and is already tired.
It has no stamina.
At all.
Does it have like one PP for every move in its moveset?
No, it has one PP and it's shared by all of its moves.
Way Off, Day Off had nothing happen. To a point where it almost felt like the episode was mocking us about nothing happening.
Like Team Rocket did a thing, but that's because it's Team Rocket and they always do a thing.
It was like Team Rocket came in and did a thing. Jigglypuff came in and did a thing.
Oh my fucking god, I forgot Jigglypuff was in that.
That's another reason why it belongs to the number 2 slot. Jigglypuff was in this. She literally comes in, sings everyone to sleep, the next day they're awake. That was it!
Did they have doodles on their face?
I think they did.
Yeah, okay.
It was a 100th episode, and they were like, instead of like celebrating the show or even a clip episode or something like that, they were like, you know what? Fuck it.
But they had clips! They had a clip episode!
They did! They did have clips. I forgot. They did have clips.
To go over the 2 battles Ash had.
It's so dumb.
Like, nothing happens, and then terrible things also happen.
That's why it's number 2.
Should we talk about number 1?
Let's do some honorable mentions.
Let's do some honorable mentions. You're right.
We have a few because there were so many episodes in this season that fall into the same category of that episode had sort of a plot, I guess.
Remember last week when we talked about, or last time, whenever I don't know when these things are revealed or when they will be revealed. Remember the last podcast episode we talked about how like a lot of these episodes were bad because they were so bland?
Yes.
This
is like so many of these episodes.
PokéBears presents.
Like, let's see, what if our other Pokemon at least had a different idea? It was just dumb. Stage fight was
so stupid. The character of the day had a terrible design. The problem they had wasn't a problem.
And they resolved it twice.
Or if it was a problem, like have it be another problem.
I know.
Like,
Then you had like the Mystery Menace, which was dumb and forgettable. Pokemon Food Fight, which I had to convince you that wasn't the same episode they caught Snorlax in. It was a different Snorlax episode.
Which one's the Mystery Menace?
The Mystery... You forgot again. That was the one with the Bulbasaur in the sewer.
Right, okay. Because that one's just so... Okay, let's talk about Mystery Menace for a second. How does no one know that it's a Bulbasaur? How is the mayor... How is the mayor a mayor? Like, it's so generic and bad. Like, you can copy and paste all of the characters, put in another terrible children's show, and it would be the same fucking thing.
And be equally as stupid. It doesn't have anything to do with Pokemon. Palette Party Panic looks good by comparison, but it's still stupid because they wasted opportunity.
Like, give Pidgeot, like, its own episode.
Yeah, give it something to do.
Don't just transition it from a Charizard being a shithead to Pidgeotto.
Yeah,
evolving.
It doesn't make any sense. Mandarin Island Mismatch.
Which time they're on Mandarin Island? What is this episode referring to? There's like 10 episodes they're on Mandarin Island for.
Fuck, man. There's just... Shell Shock is another one where it had sort of ideas, I guess.
The world building was cool with Shell Shock.
That was the only thing, yeah. But yeah, at least had that.
And why is there a prophecy about this island? Why do they keep the guy in shadow when he's just a character of the day? People died. I'll give them that.
Which is why I didn't make the bottom 5.
Yeah, they were responsible. They're like, oh yeah, no, people died.
Oh man. Pokemon Water War. I don't think we talked about that one, but I had to remind you like 4 times what that one was.
Because, okay, they're on a fucking like peninsula archipelago of a bunch of... And it's an archipelago, the one where like it's a bunch of islands?
Maybe. I'll fun fact check that.
Okay. They're on a whole fucking chain of islands surrounded by water. Sorry that I can't remember this fucking generic title for a very specific episode.
That didn't have anything to do with wars or Pokemon almost.
It was...
If you take it out the Pokemon and replace it with just a fireman, it would have been the same
like
fucking
the
thing.
children firemen who want to be firefighters.
And I rewatched the clip today of when they first get to the island and Ash sees people running around. He's like, "Let's go!" And I'm like, "Why? What do you
get out of this?
You're not Superman. You're not Spider-Man. Fuck off, kid." It's just dumb, and the fucking Scyther chop in the air is one of my favorite things.
Squirtle is my favorite of Ash's Pokemon, personality-wise. Yet it has the worst episodes, because the context is just always terrible.
Alright, and the number 1 worst episode is...
A Scare in the Air! Or remember a Square in the Air? I called it a Square in the Air the first time.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
So this episode had the trifecta of what makes a terrible episode in Pokemon.
A lack of plot.
Okay, it had
Squarefecta.
a quadfecta.
It had the square.
It had the square.
In the air.
Terrible plot. Or no plot. Missing Togepi. Jigglypuff. Team Rocket pulling off a ploy for the entire episode and not Team Rocket focused.
This is the messiest episode in the entire season. There's just not enough plot to keep it going. It's all over the place, where at the same time, there's like nothing really happening.
Hey, at least this is the episode that sends us into the Orange Islands.
I know. It's weird that everything went up from there. Sort of.
I mean, they did, because literally they did. This was at the bottom.
Yeah.
We both gave this exploded Voltorbs.
Yeah, this was a terrible episode. Like, it was difficult to watch. I never want to watch this episode again.
Mm-mm.
It was so stupid. It was so aggressively stupid.
The plot doesn't make sense. Like, what do those blimp people that weren't with Team Rocket work for Team Rocket?
Or they were someone else? Did Team Rocket steal the blimp, or are they part of Team Rocket? Like, that was never...
They didn't steal it. I think Ash and Crew literally just went to the wrong blimp, because they go to a blimp that Giovanni specifically did not put any repairs in for 20 years.
Yeah. But then it's like, why were they able to get that into
the field? To board?
This entire episode was so aggressively dumb and painful.
The one joke was Meowth cooking.
Yeah, that was the only good joke in the entire
Oh my
episode.
god! And they repeated like the one blimp falling up forward and backward twice.
Yes.
Because James doesn't know what the medium is, and neither does Ash. James overcompensates with the air pressure, while Ash overcompensates with the Pokemon's weight. Brock just needs to send out Onyx.
Yeah, and have him lay flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would have been fine.
Yeah.
Maybe coil somewhere to the front or back. But it would have been fine.
So those are the worst episodes of this season. And we mentioned a lot of the episodes in the season because so many of them were not good.
At least we didn't get teary-eyed over these episodes when we were remembering them like we did in Kanto. I was fucking mad in Kanto. This one, it's stupid.
Yeah. It's almost more aggravating because everything's just so stupid. But yeah, I'm not gonna punch the creators of the show in the face
because of these episodes.
Yeah, like I was with 4 or 5 of the other ones. I'm also not gonna go and jerk them off because none of these episodes were amazing.
No, in the best episode is really more like a 3.75 for me.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you hadn't given this one a 4, we would have had 0-4 Voltorbs in this entire season.
Mm-hmm.
We had one that one of us gave out. And I do think that's a good episode. Well, let's just talk. You want to talk about the best?
Let's talk about the 5 best.
Okay. Time for the top 5 best episodes of the Orange Islands.
You know what's sad is that we don't have any honorable mentions for the top 5 best.
We can talk about a couple, I guess.
Can we?
We have 2 that we can talk about.
Okay. It's not as many as the worst.
No. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only have 7 episodes
with a rating of 3 or more.
That both of us rated at least 3 too.
At least we were consistent with each other in this season.
We were, actually. We were pretty darn consistent.
Okay.
Alright, number 5 is Enter the Dragonite. So we actually had a little bit of a back and forth as to whether to include this one or
because
Double Trouble.
Because they're both battle episodes.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shame that the battle episodes are barely making the top 5.
I know. It was, and both of them we had good good reasons for them to even not make the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Double Trouble was the battle part of the episode was probably better than
great.
Enter the Dragonite.
But the first half
was
so
weird
silly and dumb.
Yeah, and forgettable and lame. That's why Enter the Dragonite is the stronger episode, even though
Drake has no personality
at all.
He just looks cool.
I know. But hey, we had a really good Dragonite fight with a bunch of Ash's Pokemon. That was cool. So Ash had to dig deep and pull a win.
His Pokemon had to do teamwork to fight that Dragonite.
Yeah, they each had to knock it down a peg in order to. So yeah, he had to use strategy, and it was fun. It was and it was nice having a battle episode and a
strategy is too strong.
Otherwise,
strategy is too strong of a word. I think if Ash had one of his Pokemon use String Shot or Intimidate or something, then to debuff the Dragonite for a future Pokemon, then that would have been strategy.
Yeah, but
brute force is just brute force.
Brute force is just brute force. This is how he usually battles.
Yeah,
but still, it was a good episode. It was a good battle episode. So it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's all I really got to say.
Yeah, that's really all there is to say about it.
But it had that at least.
Woo!
Number 4.
Wait, I almost read the number 2 worst one. Pikachu Revolts.
Pikachu Revolts.
As do a city full of other Pokemon.
Yeah. Good animation in this one, especially the movement.
Oh
or
my
that
God,
drowsy.
Fantastic animation for this one.
Or that drowsy. It was a bit
competitive Pokemon. maximum EVs and IVs.
Yep. Not to mention, it had some pretty good humor in it. I enjoyed Pikachu in this one. I remember Pikachu being adorable, but
when he's like evil,
yeah,
he just glowers so well.
I remember those images from that one.
Like James' expressions, like when they're trying to like make good with Butch and Cassidy.
Yeah.
God, that Ghastly just breaking through a fucking metal door like it's nothing.
Yeah, like this one had so many entertaining parts in it that like it was hard to dislike. Even though there's not a lot of things going for outside of those elements, it's still just so hard to dislike because of them.
Plus,
especially that Drowsy.
This episode is the one where they borrowed a lot of clips from in order to make the theme song.
Yeah.
Intro,
including the Drowsy in the theme song intro. That's for some reason there.
The one gripe I had with it, and it's a mechanic thing. Ghastly shouldn't be immune to Drowsy's psychic waves. Yeah, it should have been a Houndour or something.
Yeah, well, Gen 1. Yeah. What are you going to do? Number 3 is Tracy gets bugged.
Tracy, good job. You have a personality. You're a human.
You had an arc episode. I'm doing air quotes a lot today.
You are.
I think it's because I'm not a fan of these episodes, in general. But yeah, this was a good episode because like it was a Pokemon story. It was like this.
That Scyther was badass.
Yeah.
In this episode alone.
Yes, exactly. In this episode, the Scyther was awesome, and he the way he had to like confront the new leader of the old
new
Scyther,
Alpha.
yeah, and like give him his salon, give him his like blessing, I guess, or whatever. It was pretty cool and pretty satisfying.
Because yeah, he fought for the tribe that he knew he wasn't gonna be a part of anymore. Because first of all, he was captured by the worst character ever. Overall, not ever. And like that glower he just gives Tracy.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Charizard can never hate Ash as much as I do you.
I'm gonna listen to you because I'm too weak to not, but just know I wish I could murder you.
I've killed you 15 times already in my head. Oh, 16.
But it was a good episode. It was nice to have an episode focused so much more on a story and an arc in comparison to the rest of the season. It's kind of sad that that's the main selling point for this episode. That in comparison to the rest of the season,
it has an arc and story.
It has an arc and story, but I mean, hey.
You know what would be hilarious and very, very sad? If there was a seal that just showed up at the end of the episode. It's like, look at me, I'm evolving to Dugong! And then it just leaves.
No, it doesn't leave. It beats Team Rocket up and then leaves.
Oh, that's right.
And then they're like, what?
And then Dugong is the new alpha of the Scyther. Actually, now that we talked about that, it would be awesome.
That would be great, actually.
But you know, this episode does throw Tracy a bone and gives him a semblance of personality. For that,
I mean, if we were to rank all the episodes of this season based on
Tracy's personality,
this would be number 1.
Oh, by far.
By far. I mean, then all the other episodes would
followed by Pokemon the Movie 2000. There's 8 lines and pulling of a rope.
He pulled a rope, man. He pulled that fucking rope like no one ever pulled.
God, when Misty had the fucking audacity to pull the rope in,
I know,
in Food Attack,
Food Fight,
whatever the fuck ever. It's a Snorlax episode.
Yeah, mixed up Snack Attack and Food Fight
because they're the same episode. No, they're not. But still, God.
Number 2 is Bound for Trouble.
Now this one was a good one because hey, look at that, it's Meowth
and Pikachu.
And it's focused on them.
Yeah, and they have to team up, and then and it was fun and funny, and
they have
good
to
pacing.
survive.
Yeah, had good
on this
energy.
island
full
of like predators.
Yeah,
like Rhydon and Pidgeot.
And watching them sleep together was really sweet and cute. And then Pikachu pulled an apple directly in half with its bare little tiny hands.
Cleanly in half.
Hey, you don't know. Maybe it used some static electricity to make it go poof.
Like he just forms a little tiny microscopic electric blade.
Yep, and that'd be a cool last move.
Precision cut.
Precision cut. It's just a good episode, man. Like, it's fun and funny and
Team
has
Rocket
great animation.
is pretty funny in looking for Meowth, and Ash and Crew have a personality, I guess. Do they? I don't remember Ash and Crew, what they really did.
They didn't do a whole lot, honestly.
That's what I thought.
They come across that Pidgeot nest.
Yeah, that's it. That's about it. But yeah, Meowth really takes the cake when it's about him.
Including our number one favorite episode of this season.
Meowth rules.
Meowth rules. Your only four Voltorb episode.
My only... The only four Voltorb episode ever.
I know, because I only gave it 3.5.
Yeah.
I mean, it might possibly have made my top 10 list for the Kanto League. Like, if this one was in the Kanto League, maybe. I can't really remember what else was on my top 10 in that episode, in that season. But, like, it's not amazing. It was just... It was good. It had story. It had a good story. It had good plot development. It had good arcs. And Team Rocket worked really well together.
Because in all honesty, Team Rocket, I just love the Team Rocket dynamic. Like, hey, we'll accept you.
Exactly, because no one else is going to.
Well, that's a little sad when you talk like that. We accept you because we like you.
Yeah.
We don't like you because we accept you. Or, I don't know what the opposite is. We don't have to accept you. We accept you because we like you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That part when they throw him all the bottle caps so that it looks like he's using Payday and then they walk away. Like, I remember that, and I remember being like, oh, that's good. That's
Ash and Crew being in the episode for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Be like, I wonder what that adventure would have been.
They skipped them entirely.
Now, in all honesty, if this were in Kanto, this probably would be more like a 3.5.
Yeah.
But in the context of Orange Islands, it is a 4.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's kind of by far the best episode of the series.
Yeah.
Even Bound for Trouble doesn't quite reach the heights that it sets. Because it has such a good story and such good character interactions and good humor and good animation.
It has a cult.
It has a cult. It has good ideas. It brings new world building stuff to the table. It ticks every box
for a good episode.
For a good episode, and I don't think any other episode in this season really does that. So, and that's why it's the best episode of this season.
Now, notice how also we weren't really that going into how good.
Oh no, we weren't on the verge of tears when you were talking about the James episode and the last one, and I didn't go on a 20-minute rant about how amazing the ideas are.
How Ash learns a lesson.
Yeah. Like I did in the last one, but
no,
it's still a good episode. I would never say this isn't a good episode because it definitely is.
But if you are going to watch the Orange Islands, watch this episode. Make sure you watch this one.
Watch this one. Watch Bound for Trouble. Maybe watch Tracy Gets Bugged. The others you could almost skip. I mean, watch the Dragonite episode.
Watch the badge ones.
Yeah, watch the badge ones. Yeah, so that you get context, you get good context and everything. Watch Pikachu Revolts for that fucking Drowsy. Everything else skip. So
watch the episode where Ash catches the Snorlax and Misty catches Poliwag just for context.
Yeah, just for context. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe a full 10 episodes that you need to watch for this season.
So watch about a third of the episodes.
And even then, some of the badge episodes are almost not even good enough to watch themselves.
Especially the first one.
And the third one.
Yeah. God, that guy is such a fucking douche.
I know, right?
God.
Man, I said let's do the good episodes last, so we end on a good note, but we still kind of end on a sour note because these episodes weren't that good.
I know, I had the suspicion we should do the worst first, but well. Pokemon of the day?
Pokemon of the day. Alright, Nick, pick a number between 1 and 324.
You know, because we just did the 5 worst and 5 best, let's do 5.
Do number 5. You're not gonna like this one.
Motherfucker.
It's Furo.
Oh, okay. I mean, what was 25 just because I was considering squaring it?
Steelix.
God damn it. Let's talk about the fucking bird Pokemon. Okay. great.
You ready to talk about Sphero?
Yeah, sure.
One of the...
The Route 2 bird Pokemon?
I don't even know how else to describe it. It's a fucking bird.
Well, okay, we talk about Swellow. And Swellow's a fucking bird. Fearo's at least, like, interesting. Like, it's a long-necked, rooster crowned, long-ass... Like, it's got... Hey, what are the coolest things about a bird? Let's put all of the unique things a bird can have into one thing, and that's our Pokemon.
So your argument is that Fearow is a better designed Pokemon than Swallow.
Yes. It's ugly as shit. Don't get me wrong.
Like, better design.
Bad design, but it's more of a Pokemon than Swallow is.
I will give you more of a Pokemon than Swallow is. I will give you that. Alright, so you want to look at Fearow's stats now?
Yeah. Now that we've talked about its aesthetics.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Man, those are not the stats of a fully evolved Pokemon anymore, are they?
They are not.
442 base stat total.
I mean, Pidgeots are about that same, aren't they?
Yeah, but Pidgeot sucks too.
Yeah. Now, I remember Fearow being the knowledgeable kids go-to normal type flying because it did what Pidgeot did better.
Because it actually had flying moves.
It had flying moves, and its attack and speed are both higher.
Yeah. In Generation 1, Fearow's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know about competitive usage, but in-game, it's fine. After Generation 1, I don't know why the fuck you'd ever use it. I have a choice banded one. I gave it, Aerial Ace, Steel Wing, Drill Run, and,
Did
Return
I
or something.
fight that Fearow? I remember something like
You probably murdered it.
I probably did, because
Probably
I think I figured out I had a choice item. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's, because what else? Oh, I gave it U-turn, that's right. So it could scout a little bit. It's very average. Very, very, very average stats.
90 attack.
90
That's
attack
its
and
second
100
highest.
speed. 100 speed. So, a little speedy. Yeah,
A little speedy.
You would want to make it jolly, which means that then its attack stat is going to be meh.
But then compared to other speedsters, it's kind of slow.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, fucking Swallow outspeeds it in spades.
Yeah.
Swallow probably outspeeds it without any speed investment.
Outspeeds it, and I think out attacks it, doesn't it?
Yeah, especially because of guts.
So Swallow is to Fearow what Fearow is to Pidgeot.
A little bit. As far as its ability goes, Keen Eye and Sniper. Sniper is a genuinely good ability.
It used to be better.
It used to be much better, but it's still a genuinely good ability.
Wait a minute. No, it's the exact same, isn't it?
No.
Because Sniper, the thing with Sniper back in 4th gen and until 6th gen was
Instead
that
of doing twice damage,
it's 3 times damage.
It does 3 times damage. Now instead of doing
1.5 times,
it does it either does like 2 1/4, 2.5.
Oh, I thought it still did 3 times.
No, that would be borderline overpowered. Especially now because you can do like focus energy, scope lens, and then crit.
Yeah, that's true.
You could do that same exact set with it, but without either a choice item or like a focus sash, like it's so freaking wimpy in its defenses. 60s all around.
I remember wanting Fearow to have an Alolan form because that would help it stick out because Pidgeot had the Mega Evolution in the game before. Fearow, I feel like, is always like the eternal rival to Pidgeot, and yet it receives nothing.
Yeah.
I thought Fearow, maybe this is too fanboy-y right now, but the most awesome Alolan Fearow I could think of right now is a Fire Steel type with Levitate.
That's way over.
But with its subpar stats still, it's fine. It's like Sableye back.
I mean, almost any Pokemon can have subpar stats as long as it has something else going for it to help it stand out. Either moveset or ability. But
Fearow has Drill Peck and Drill Run.
It's a bird.
It's a bird.
It's a fucking bird.
It's an amalgamation of what makes a bird cool.
I think it's not even as powerful, and I'm actually going to look this up now, just because I'm thinking of it. Because I also have a very, very similar set on my Dodrio, and I feel like my Dodrio works way, way better than my Fearow does. And I think it's because Dodrio has better stats. Oh, wow! Dodrio actually got a bump,
pretty significant bump. Wow.
Yeah.
And it's a lot better than Fearow.
Yeah.
Granted,
110 in both attack and speed.
You don't catch Dodrio till
It's
like
later,
the Safari Zone?
It's late. It's a later one. But even still, like that 10 bump in speed, and it got the 10 boost this generation, and 10 full 20 points higher in attack, like that. That means it can be fairly speedy or hit pretty hard, whereas Fearow can only be kind of speedy and hit sort of hard.
Those 2 extra heads give it an extra 10 attack each.
Yeah. So it does Fearow's job a little bit better, in my opinion. That's why I prefer Dodrio.
Does Dodrio also have Drill Run?
I don't know if it gets Drill Run. I think Fearow...
It's the only bird that gets Drill Run.
Yeah, I'll fact check that, but I think it is the only bird that gets Drill Run. So it has that going for it. Helps it with those pesky steel types, but besides that, like, it's a bird.
I mean, it's the first bad guy, I guess, in the anime.
Well, it's a pre-evolution is.
Okay, but then that pre-evolution evolved into a Fearow. Yeah. So, that's cool. I have a shiny Fearow.
of all Pokemon.
I was Ditto hunting, and then shiny Fearow was like, oh, hey, what's up?
Let's see here. Any good trivia to go from for Spearow? Similar trait to hawks and vultures and storks. Also shares characteristics of snipes and chickens. Okay, great. Fearow is a combination of fear and sparrow. Okay.
Or arrow.
I used to pronounce it Pharaoh instead of Fearow.
Why?
It sounded cooler in my opinion.
Oh. Also,
I figured that the FEA meant like feather.
Ah.
Because English is stupid that way.
It is stupid that way.
You want to read one of his Pokedex entries? We didn't do that with our last one.
Yes, I do.
For Moon, drawings of a Pokemon resembling Fearow can be seen in murals from deep and ancient history.
Ooh. What do you think that Pokemon is?
Fearow.
Oh, okay, but why do you think they drew Fearows like that?
Because they wanted to have sex with them.
I'm not sure if that's the case.
Ultrasun, carrying food through Fearow territory is dangerous. It'll snatch up the food away from you in a flash.
In a flash?
In a flash.
Like, it has an exclamation point.
Yeah.
In Alola, fish Pokemon are its prey. It can be seen circling above the ocean, searching for food. But Fearow doesn't even look like a seafaring Pokemon, though.
No, it does not.
It's very...
It looks very landish to me.
Yeah, if you look at its claws and, like, the fact that it's brown, like, it lives in forests in, like, a land-based area. It does not seafare at all.
Got anything else for Fearow, man? It's,
It looks like an aborted Zapdos.
It does. I don't dislike it, but it's a very boring Pokemon.
I give it 1.5.
Ooh, that's rough, man.
Yeah.
You're mean to Fearow.
It has a move to help it stand out, and it's not even stab, so yeah, no.
It's a bird.
Heck, I'll even take an Alolan Fearow that's like ground flying.
Yeah, right?
Like, that'd be great. Give that drill run some use.
Oof, we're ending this podcast on a low note today.
Orange Island's just been a very, very bad influence on us.
Can't wait for it to be over. You know, just kind of wrap it up there then?
Yeah.
Just call it a day?
Let's see. Pokemon Go has been releasing stuff recently.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of third generation Pokemon.
Got my first Lotad the other day.
I almost have a Shift Tree, and I almost have enough for an not an X-Blood, but Loudred. So that's cool. That's cool.
Whismers are all over the place.
They are so common, aren't they?
Yeah, like, I used a Pineapple Berry the first 2 times I saw it. I'm like, oh, I did not need to use that.
No, those are very valuable berries.
And they're apparently like Rattatas or Pidgeys, because you only need 12 and then 50 to evolve them.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? I don't even think I've bothered to catch a Zigzagoon yet because I assumed that they would be all over the place. And every time I see one, I keep thinking that. But then I think about it.
They're kind of all over the place, but not.
They're not as
really
common. They're less common than Whismur.
Yeah, like they show up a lot if it's a partly cloudy day, but yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll see one today.
I have like so many Trico candy. I haven't evolved Trico yet, but
I have not caught Mudkip yet, but I have Trico and Torchic.
Oh man, Mudkip's driving me insane. I only have like 9 Mudkip candies, and I love Mudkip.
I have not caught any Mudkip. It's pretty cute.
It doesn't rain in Georgia a lot, or at least not according to the Pokemon Go. When Mudkips are more common.
Excited for next week when we start talking about finally the.
I am. As much as I dreaded it before, I am excited now.
I mean, it gets us out of the fucking Orange Islands.
It does. We get back onto fucking mainland.
It's like being stranded for like 30 days and finally being able to go home to your shitty life.
I could only eat coconuts for a year and a half, and now I can have frozen TV dinners. Fantastic.
Sounds pretty good. All right. Until next time.
Catch you later!